Alright, what's good, everyone? Good morning, good afternoon, good night. I don't know what time you guys are gonna start watching this, but so today I'm gonna go over this tattoo that we're both watching together. I'm watching it right now. It's like 8:30 in the morning. Just woke up. I'm gonna talk about the tattoo that I'm doing, like all the certain steps. I'm gonna talk about social media, how to gain followers, how to keep followers. But we're gonna start off with this tat right now. Alright. So if you're looking at it right now, it's a stencil. I hand stenciled it. I usually hand stencil anything that has to do with like a face, anything of this type of tattoo. If I'm doing something that has like a lot of lines, like straight lines, I'll use my iPad just because I can make straight lines instead of using like a ruler or something. But so for this tattoo, I'm using a Cheyenne Hawk pen. I use for the needles, that is a 3-round liner from Quadrant. So I use a 3-round liner from Quadrant. I use a 7 curve mag and a 13 curve mag from Easy. It's an E and a Z. I use a 9-round shader from Cheyenne and a 7-round liner from Cheyenne. And the way I usually start these tattoos is I use my liner. I outline everything first, like while I'm working up, I'll outline it, because you need lines in all of your tattoos. Even if you can't see the actual lines after it's been tattooed, you need lines to hold in the shades. It keeps it sharper and better, nicer, in my opinion. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm getting all the lines in. And just in case, you never know, you can lose your stencil, anything can happen. You just want to make sure everything's there. So I usually start off with my liner. And there's times where like I might hit a little bit of shade with my liner just to make sure everything's there. But anyways, yeah, for any artist like coming up in the game, if you're on Instagram right now, I would recommend you go start your YouTube channel, TikTok. You do the YouTube shorts also if you don't want to do like videos like me on YouTube or stuff like that. But yeah, with Instagram right now, it's a little bit different. It's more videos at the moment. I don't really post pictures. I do once in a while, but at least for the videos, you don't want to just post only the tattoo. I feel like a lot of times when I just only post the tattoo, it gets good views, but not the same compared to when like I'll post like a little short clip of like, say right there, like hitting like some shading, hitting some lines, me coming out in it a little bit, the process, and then the tattoo, even like taking off the stencil. Those little things like make people watch it even more. But if you're watching me, you kind of know like the things you want to see from me. So all the things that you want to see from me, people probably want to see from you also. But yeah, you see how right there by like the side of the lip, like the left side of the mouth, I added like that shading already a little bit, just to know where I have certain shadings. And then I got all those lines in, so now I'm coming with a mag that's a 13 curve mag. I'm coming in, shading it, light shade. I usually do a light shade like that, then I'll let it sit for a while. I feel like the true tone comes out. It settles a little bit, so when I go back in, all the shadings just fall in. All the tone falls in easier. It's easier to shade because the skin's been broken. And a lot of people, I don't know if a lot of you guys use Bactine. I use Bactine a lot. So I'll start using the Bactine once I get all my lines in, or like half of the tattoo is lined already and kind of tatted already, and then I'll spray, because if you spray the Bactine over your stencil, you're gonna lose the stencil. But yeah, everything with social media right now, it's just gotta keep pushing it, be consistent. Same way you tattoo, you can't just give up. You give up for a month not posting videos and stuff, then by the time you go back, people are not gonna be watching your videos no more. You're gonna fall off. You gotta keep staying consistent. I know it gets hard sometimes, but you gotta be disciplined. Remember before I used to be like, I can't find motivation, but it's not about motivation. You just gotta be disciplined. Once you're disciplined and you start putting in that work, like you kind of just pick it up. It just comes to you. You just keep doing it. You want to do more. There's times where you might not ever find that motivation, and you just gotta get up, push through it, keep going. All that work you put in is gonna push you to put in more work. But you see, right now there's a 7 curve mag that I'm using. I'm going in, hitting all my tones. Right there is my big head in the way. And then 7 curve mag, getting all those small little spots right there. I like using a 7 curve mag. I feel like it's easy to get in the littler spots right there, just all black, punching in that black. For a lot of people, you gotta punch in your black at one time. You get me? Don't like kind of do a weak black fill in and come back and fill it in. Like smash it in there. Get comfortable with knowing how deep you could go and how much you could work the skin. That's the main thing. Knowing how much you can work the skin without overworking it. It's one thing you want to learn. And then you always want different grays. You want like your light gray, your dark gray. You know, every single different tone in your tattoo. That's gonna make it way better. And you also want a lot of skin too, make it contrast. But my tones, my ink setup would be, sometimes I'll do like 2 or 3 drop, and then that's rare that I add that tone. But it's usually a 6 drop, 16 drop, and half cap and a full black cap. I feel like for your tones you need them really separated, so once they're on the tattoo you can see the separated tones. You can see your lights and you can see your darks. They're really easily separated. That's what you want. You don't want all your tones to be similar, and it won't look realistic. It won't pop. That's the main goal. Just quality. There's a lot of artists that are just trying to do a lot of tattoos, do them fast, not worried about the quality. Yeah, they're making money and stuff, but how long does that last, you know? There's a lot of artists that are getting better and better and better, you know, and that's gonna be the thing eventually, just quality work, you know. And at least for yourself, I feel like, or at least for me, I feel like I just want the best quality of work. I just want to be the best that I can. I don't want to be better than no one else. And that's the thing with a lot of people. They're always chasing someone else. They're always looking at other people and being like, I want to be better than him, or I want to be as good as him. And that's what you shouldn't be chasing. That's not going to get you better. I feel like the reason why I keep advancing is because I'm not chasing anyone else. I'm not saying trying to be better than anyone else. I'm just trying to be better than I was yesterday. I know that sounds a little weird, you hear that a lot, but it's the truth. You just want to be better than the last tat you did. Every tat you do has to be better than the last one, and then the last one, and that's how you're going to get better. You just want to learn as much as you can, soak in as much as you can. Like with me, any other artist that knows how to do something better than me, whether if they're better than me at tattooing or not, I'll take the advice. I don't care if someone's not as good as me, but if the advice is correct, like editing wise, they know how to edit a picture better than me, they found out a better way to add a tone or a certain ink, stencil stuff, any little thing, I'll take it, I'll use it. You know, I'll knock it off my list, make sure it works, or if it doesn't, because you never know. You can't just assume you're better than everyone and that you know everything. It's consistent learning. Once you feel like you're the best or you're better than everyone, you're done already. Like you're not gonna advance no more. You're gonna be stuck, complacent. You don't want that. But yeah, bringing up the last video, the audio was kind of messed up. Put the music too loud. But I'm gonna fix that with this one. So right now I'm using a 13 curve mag. It's just a back and forth stroke. I think I started right there. I'm starting with like a 6 drop, going back with a 16 drop, kind of building the tones. It's a back and forth, especially when there's like I'm shading right there in the middle. It's just a back and forth stroke, back and forth. I'm not putting any lines yet. Once I start hitting off that line, like right there, as you can see, I start pushing off of it. And I always leave a break. If there's like, you see the leaf, I leave a break on the leaf, so there's that break so it could breathe, so you can still see the leaf clean. It pops out. It doesn't look muddy. And then that's me pushing off with my darker tones. So I probably used like a half cap already, starting to build it up real high. And now I'm pushing off of the line. But yeah, anyways, if you guys have any other questions, let me know down below. Comment what you guys want me to talk about in the next video. I'm still gonna keep talking right now, but just want to get more stuff to talk about in the new video. I'm not gonna want to keep repeating stuff over and over again unless you guys want me to go more into detail. But anyways, back to the social media stuff. Started TikTok. Go hard on TikTok. I'm kind of lagging a little on TikTok. I feel like I fell off a little bit, so it's been kind of slow to pick up views again. But once you get in that little groove, it picks up. You can start all these different social medias, Twitter, anything you want, whatever you want to do. Because if you're just stuck on Instagram and Instagram goes down, it's gonna be tough. So you see right there, I'm using my liner. A lot of people say don't use a liner, they don't use liner, but you have to use a liner. Some of the best detailed artists out here are using their liner. The ones that aren't, the work's cool, but it's a different type of style. It just all depends on the style you're going for. Your outline, push off. That's just the light tones right now. I'm gonna go back in. That shadow underneath the tears, I'm gonna push black off of it eventually. But this is it. It's better to outline your tattoos, have that outline in. Keeps it sharper, cleaner. But yeah, just in case you guys forgot, so I'm using a 3-round liner, 7-round liner, 9-round shader, 7 curve mag, 13 curve mag. Hand stenciled it. Oh yeah, and for the camera I'm using a Sony a7 III to record. I have a tripod, and then I got like the arm on top of it to kind of reach over. If you guys ever want to know which ones, just hit me up on Instagram. I might like to reply, but if you hit me in the email, my assistant will reply pretty quick. Let me know what questions you guys are asking, and then eventually I want to drop my own lettering book. It's gonna be more than just lettering. It's gonna be just kind of more of a book to read, but there's also gonna be like lettering for the people that don't like to read. Just get all the lettering off of it. But if you want to know like more into detail stuff about the business, social media, every little thing that I went through, because tattooing is a journey. Been through a lot of stuff. Been through a lot of tattoos. Rather let you guys know all the stuff that I messed up doing, like going to get my taxes done by the wrong people, them trying to come up on me. They probably did come up on me. You know, working around certain artists that aren't the best artists, and you still want to learn off of people. You just gotta learn what not to do. You know, working with people you don't want to work with, but just pushing through it because you know you're gonna end up somewhere else better. You know, trying to build up your clientele. But building up your clientele is mostly just consistent work, putting stuff on social media. Alright, so back to the tattooing part. You want to build up your tones. That's like a 6-drop right there. I always start with my light tones. If I know it isn't going to be super black, I build it up. Like I said earlier, once I put in those first tones, let it sit for a while, everything falls in a little bit easier. So just take your time with your black and gray. Put in those light tones, let it sit a little bit. You know, take your time, go at your own pace. You don't have to be as fast as me, as fast as any other artist. Don't worry about anyone else but yourself. Take your time, speed will come. And when I say speed, a lot of times it isn't that you start tattooing faster, you just know what to do. And it makes you faster because you know where to put your tones, you know where everything's gonna go now. Compared to when you're just starting, you're not double taking, but you're like overthinking on where to put a shading because you're not sure where it should go, how it should look, and that's what slows you down while you're tattooing. So once you understand where you're going with it, you'll be faster. So always have a game plan when you're going into a tat. You know where you're like, I'm gonna leave this break here, I'm gonna put this dark shadow here. Always have that plan to get you through the tattoo faster, and always commit. Don't be halfway through the tat and change it up. It's gonna slow you down. It might mess you up. Just keep pushing. But anyways, if you're watching this video, it probably means you're trying to get better at tattooing, trying to find some motivation, you know, trying to be better than yourself than you were yesterday. That's your goal right now. You're just chasing something, but you will get there. Just don't quit. You know, for me, a lot of people always hit me up saying that you're this, you're that. But honestly, to me, I feel like I'm barely starting to come up. It honestly doesn't feel like I'm as good as a lot of people say. You know, and I think it's just me. I'm my biggest critic, I guess. You know, like I think yesterday I did a tattoo that didn't come out that great, and my girlfriend was real quick to say stuff about it. And it frustrated me, not because someone was telling me of how it came out, but because I beat myself up bad enough to understand, or like I beat myself really bad when I do bad tattoos. Like I'm the first one screaming at myself or telling myself like, oh, you messed that up, you know. I'll think about that tattoo for like a week. Like it's hard to get over until I do another tattoo and it comes out really nice. But that's the way it is. You gotta let yourself know when you do a bad tattoo. You gotta fix it up, change it up the next tattoo. You know, now I know what not to do. Now I know, you know, not to start a tattoo when I don't want to do a tattoo. It kind of messes me up sometimes. But anyways, you can see all the right side right now. It's kind of like barely building up. I'm barely throwing in those light tones, outlining things. And that outline right there, that isn't a full black outline. That's like my lightest drop. And I'm running through that outline pretty fast so it doesn't grab so deep into the skin. Just enough to where I can see the line when I erase it, push off. But yeah, anyway, so all you artists, don't give up. Keep pushing. You don't want to give up. Well, every artist that you've seen has been through the same thing you have right now. Everything you're going through right now, every little moment, every artist has been through there. Wanting to give up, not thinking you're good enough, not having any clients. You know, people thinking you're not gonna make it, people hating on you, people making fun of your tattoos. We all go through it. You know, it's always really funny for people until you start getting good. And then they want tattoos. Then they're hitting you up. Then they're saying you've changed. You know, most people, not all people though. Some people are cool. Some people support since day one. You know, push you to be better. There's a lot of good people out there. You know, you can't just see all the bad stuff in the world. You gotta see all the good stuff. You gotta see how far you've come. You know, always take a step back, reflect how far you've come from those first tattoos. Or if you're at your first tattoo, you know, remember about the times where you weren't doing it and you wanted to do it, and now you're doing it. Now you're in there. You're in the game now. It's all about elevating now. Just getting better. See, right now I'm putting all my dark tones in there now. I'm starting to build it up. Just pushing off those dark tones. It's a 13 curve mag, easy. It's an E and a Z, that's the brand. I think they stopped making these, but there's still tattoo supply places with the actual brand still. But I use these white ones. I know there's different ones, like some, I don't know if they just stopped making this actual white type of one, because I know they have different cartridges. They look different, but they're still the same brand. But I use these are good. They put in like the tones really, really good. They put my blacks in, the darks, everything's clean. But yeah, today's Friday. I'm gonna try to upload it by tonight. Try to upload this piece because I'm not gonna be back to work till Tuesday. So my next video up, if you see this on Friday, if I do post it tonight, the next video might not be till like Wednesday, Thursday. The last video did good, talking about how to make money and stuff, tattooing. But it's all consistency. Just working, putting in the work. But yeah, to all you artists, remember to save money, invest it, be smart, do your taxes. You know, if you eventually want to buy something, get your own shop, buy your own house, you want to do that. Times have changed. There's a lot of really good artists, older artists, don't have anything to their name like that. Just because the game was different back then. People were real quick to be like, don't pay your taxes, save your money, you don't want to pay that much taxes, you don't want to. But me, I want to be a businessman. I want to change it up, you know. I want to buy property, have different businesses, chase a lot of things. But yeah, if you guys I'm kind of deep into this already, but if you guys don't know, my name is Adrian Castro, 27. I've been tattooing for about, I got my apprenticeship at 20 years old. I remember I got my apprenticeship. I used to cut hair before. I started cutting hair at home. I remember I cut my brother's hair one time, messed it up bad. He didn't even let me finish. It was like an hour in. It wasn't getting better. But anyways, I started cutting hair. Started working at my cousin's barbershop. Worked there for a while. I was getting my barber's license, but then I had a chance to become an apprentice. So at 20 years old, I started at a tattoo shop in Pico Rivera. It was cool, it was chill. But I remember the first week they had told me, they're like, oh, can you go buy us beer and cigarettes and stuff? And I was like, I'm not 21 yet, I can't go. And they're like, oh, what do we need you for? They were just messing around. But yeah, I was 20, turned 21 in my apprenticeship. Finished my apprenticeship before I turned 22. Started tattooing there, taking walk-ins. Did the whole apprenticeship thing. Um, I started tattooing. It was a good walk-in shop. Picked up a good amount of clientele. So all you other artists that are like not wanting to do an apprenticeship, it's up to you, honestly. I feel like I knew nothing about tattooing. Like, I didn't know any tattoo artists. Never been in a tattoo shop. So I just felt like it would benefit me to see what goes on, than just jumping into a place, not knowing how everything works. So I did my apprenticeship. I was there for maybe 2 years after my apprenticeship. Tattooed. Finally came to a private studio after I picked up my own clientele, had more clients. But yeah, the whole being at a walk-in shop and a private studio, they're both good. If you have your own clientele, get a private studio, or not even get a private, work at one. If you're still coming up, go to a walk-in shop, even if it's just working 2 to 3 times a day. You wanna pick up clientele. Private studios, it's not for everyone. If you have no clientele, you're gonna be stuck there. Social media helps, but it's still tough. Alright, so right now that 7 curve mag, pushing out the shading, building up my tones. Those are all the light tones, getting them in. You always want to kind of push through too, get those light tones in just in case the client taps out. You have all your lines, light tones in already. So if they do tap out, you can come back, just build everything up, work off of that. I feel like I always get my clients through the tattoo. I'm always pretty in and out of places. I try not to over saturate the areas of the tattoo, because that's another thing, trying to get your clients to. I've had people hit me up saying how do you get your clients through these big tattoos or through these back pieces and stuff. I tell them I just kind of put the black in as best as I can, as fast as I can. I won't go back to it. I use a lot of Bactine when I can. Just get in there, get out. That's the main thing. Once you keep going back and forth, it hurts. And for a lot of artists, I feel like you guys should be getting tattooed consistently. Just because as soon as you get tattooed, you remember that it hurts. So now when you start tattooing your clients, at least for me, I start to be a little bit more gentle and realize that the wiping hurts. Sometimes the wiping has hurt more than the actual tattoo sometimes. But sometimes I get too into it, I forget. Tell my clients, I'm sorry. Anyone tattooed, I'm sorry. It hurts. So I get scared now to get tattooed. I feel like it's gonna be karma for me. It's gonna hurt more than usual. But yeah, so I can get those black tones in there. Push off. 7 curve mag, putting in work. But yeah, this video is gonna end soon. Got a couple minutes. For the next video, let me know what you guys want me to talk about. I'll go more into depth about whatever you guys want me to do or talk about. I'm gonna be coming out with a new book soon, maybe in a year or so. I know you guys are probably a year, but that's gonna come pretty quick. The book's gonna be pretty good. I'm pushing out more YouTube videos. Eventually want to open up my own shop, start doing seminars. That's the goal. But for right now, I'm just working on the craft, trying to be better. My head's in the way now. But anyways, we're gonna keep working. Don't give up on your dreams, guys. Keep pushing it. Stay consistent. I remember, just because you're not tattooing doesn't mean you can't be working on anything else. I'm always tattooing, editing, thinking of new videos, reading books, stock market, crypto market, everything. I'm all in. Trying to figure out different ways, making money off Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, crypto, stocks. Find what you want. You don't have to follow what I'm doing. You don't have to, do exactly everything I'm doing. Find your own things. You can be into these other little side things, do it. Vlogging, stuff you do. Do your thing. But yeah, it's 7 round liner right there. Pulling lines back to the 3. But yeah, comment down below what you guys want me to talk about. Go follow me on Instagram, AD742N. Follow me on TikTok. Check out the rest of my videos. Comment down below on the videos, like them all up. And then and yeah, you see I'm getting in those tones right quick, outlining everything, getting those tones, and then I'm gonna come back, tighten everything up. But yeah, before this video ends, I'm gonna tell you guys about the first tattoo I ever did on someone. It was on one of my friends. Callie. One of my friends, his name was Callie. Well, his name's Brian. Call him by his last name, Callie. I had got a machine by this one dude I knew. He sold it to me for $20. It was one of those like cheap tattoos with like a couple inks and stuff. I had it there for like a couple weeks, never used it, and then my friend saw it, he's like, just tap me up, and I was like, I don't want to, like, I don't know how. So we used to have this RV in the back of my parents' house, and the RV would always move. Like, you walked in, you moved around, it moved, and he's like, let's just do the tattoo in there. So I ended up saying yes. I didn't want to do it because I thought I was gonna mess it up. I was drawing a lot at that time, but I wasn't tattooing. So whatever, I put the stencil, I started tattooing. The whole time the garage is moving while I'm tattooing, but it actually came out pretty cool. I ain't gonna lie. It wasn't the best tattoo, but it came out good enough to where, like, now if I go back to it, I clean it up really good. I think after that day, I just it changed my life. Like, I didn't think how crazy it would change my life, tattooing. Changed everything, my whole mindset, what I wanted to do with my life, you know, all the possibilities of what can happen in my life. Just everything started kind of coming together, and I'm glad I found it at a young age. I know a lot of people still figuring out what they want to do, what they want to be. Just gotta keep looking, you know. Everyone's time is different. You know, I found what I wanted to do so early, but I feel like growing up, the place I grew up wasn't always the best, and maybe it was just meant for me to, you know, get out of a lot of bad situations and figure out something, you know. Wasn't meant for me to mess up my life. But I'm still young, still mess it up. Nah, I'm just playing. Nah, but yeah, I'm going back in. 7 round liner right there, filling in all those blacks. It's dynamic black. I only use dynamic. I use just regular dynamic. I don't use like triple black or anything crazy. I feel like that regular dynamic gets the black pretty dark. It's pretty in there. That's all I use, and it always heals pretty good too. But yeah, for all you artists, you don't have to tattoo the same way I tell you. Find your own way. You could use me as references and stuff, and I get that. I've done that too. I'll look at other artists, but you kind of pick up your own style and everything on the way. You'll see what you like, what you don't like. But yeah, we're like a minute left. I'm gonna wrap this up. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok. Let me know what you guys want me to do on the next video, what you guys want me to talk about. Hopefully it's another lettering video next. I like doing those. But yeah, remember everyone, don't give up. Keep pushing. Sky's the limit. You know, don't limit yourself to anything. You can be the best if that's what you want. If you want to just hang out at home, chill out, that's fine too. You don't have to be working so hard either. Do what you want, just be happy.